In this lesson, we'll start working on the shoulder's counter twist rig. Alright, this is going to be really neat stuff. Now, we cannot set up the shoulder the same way we've set up the thigh because there is a greater range of motion in the shoulder area, especially if we decide on having the character's arms reach above his head while holding good volume in the shoulder area. So I'm going to go ahead and show you another way we can set up our counter twist system, something that holds really well. To get started, the first thing we'll do is go ahead and create a helper that will be used to zero out the local space of our shoulder bone. Let's go ahead and create our point helper. We'll add it to the scene. We'll now go ahead and use Alt-A to align to our shoulder bone. Sweet. From here, I might go ahead and increase its size. Let's jump to our Modify panel, and we'll go ahead and bring this up just a bit more, maybe to about a value of 10. That's easy enough to select. Alright, great. Now we'll go ahead and link to the same parent as our shoulder bone, which is the clavicle's nub. Let's go ahead and grab our linking tool. We'll link to that object, and now we can go ahead and freeze its transforms. Wonderful. Once we've managed to do that, let's say we go ahead and rename this object. So that's going to be PT0L shoulder. And then from there, we'll go ahead and make sure it gets added to our hidden layer. Nice. So the next step is to go ahead and actually clone our shoulder bone, simply because we're going to use inverse kinematics to create our counter twist system. So with the shoulder bone selected, let's go ahead and press Ctrl-V. We'll make this a copy. Let's go ahead and get this bone renamed. That's going to be BN DRV L shoulder, and I'll go ahead and add a twist to the end of the name. Nice. Once we've managed to do that, let's go ahead and increase the width and height. I might set both to 5. Great. Again, it's easy to select between the two bone objects. Now, with our counter twist bone still selected, we need to go ahead and create a nub so we can add inverse kinematics. Basically, so we have something to connect our IK goal to. Let's go ahead and grab our bone tools. From there, again, with this bone selected, we'll choose Create End. Simple enough? Alright, great. Now let's go ahead and rename the nub object. We can basically take the name of its root. Let's go ahead and copy that. We'll go back to the nub, paste, and we'll change the prefix to nub. Wonderful. Now let's go ahead and make sure that this gets added to our hidden layer. Sweet. And we'll also go ahead and freeze its transforms. Alright, so from here what I'd like to do is go ahead and add a history independent solver to this bone system. I really enjoy working with that IK solver simply because it's very robust. It gives us the control we need for our limbs, or in this case, the counter twist rig. So it's going to work really well here. With the counter twist bone selected, we'll head over to Animation, IK Solvers, and we'll choose the first solver, History Independent. Great. Now let's go ahead and connect to our nub object. By the way, I've also added that to my animation quad menu, so feel free to do the same. Here it is, right underneath Bone Tools. We can now go ahead and rename this IK goal. Let's go ahead and name it Hi for History Independent, or Hello, whichever you prefer, underscore L underscore shoulder, and then we'll add twist at the end of the name, again, just for clarity. Sweet. Now this needs to be connected to something. We'll want it linked to our forearm. And then once we've done that, we'll then go ahead and freeze its transforms. Fantastic. So it's been linked to the forearm bone. Let's press page up just to double check. Great. And we've frozen its transforms. Now we're just about to see how well this is going to work for our counter twist system. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll create yet another helper. And this is what's going to be used to tie down the counter twist system. So this helper is going to be linked to our shoulder bone, but then we'll orientation constrain it to our counter twist bone. Let's go ahead and get to it. I'll go ahead and grab PT0L shoulder. Let's say we go ahead and clone it. And then from there, I'll go ahead and rename the helper. So that's going to be PT L shoulder, and then I'll add twist at the end of the name. Alright, sweet. From here, I'd like to go ahead and bring down its size, maybe to about a value of 5 or so. I think that's going to work out well. Nice. Now, let's go ahead and link to our shoulder bone. Great, I'll go ahead and press page up just to make sure we've linked to the correct object. And now, we'll go ahead and freeze its transforms. And then next, we'll go ahead and orientation constrain it to our counter twist bone, the one that has inverse kinematics. So we'll go ahead and orientation constrain to BN L shoulder twist. So watch this. When we go ahead and grab the shoulder as we start to rotate, you'll notice that our new helper does not twist, but it does move in the other axes, which is great. This is exactly what we want. Fantastic stuff. Now let's go ahead and check the shoulder's parent. I'll hit page up, and you can see it's still the nub object for the clavicle. I'll make sure that the shoulder gets linked to its new parent. Let's go ahead and grab our linking tool, and we'll link to the PT0 helper. Let's go ahead and press page up. Fantastic. And now we can go back to our shoulder, and let's go ahead and freeze its transforms. Wonderful. All right, so this is a good stopping point. Let's go ahead and continue working on our twist system in the next lesson.